Alright guys, my specific purpose for today is to inform you guys that suicide is becoming highly common in the Army today. It is something that needs to be addressed once and for all. It has been addressed, but it just needs to be reiterated so that everyone can understand. I would like to start off with the mental stress at home, along with the mental stress of work, has been commonly increasing in soldiers' lives today, causing them to create a rise in suicide in today's army. From the invasion of Afghanistan last summer, the United States military had lost 761 soldiers to the war, but a higher number in the service, 817, have taken their own lives in the same amount of period. So it just comes to show that there's more people trying to commit suicide or committing suicide versus soldiers being lost in combat itself. And this was a statistic taken from Time magazine, April 13th of 2010. I, like many others, when I started my military career as a medic, I expected to deploy, I expected to be with a line unit, I expected to take care of soldiers more wounded versus behavioral health type issues when I first joined. I initially never expected someone to never have deployed and have the same types of behavioral health issues as someone who has deployed, and vice versa. When I came in, I never expected for anyone to commit suicide, especially with someone that I had worked with. It's something that comes to show that doesn't matter the time or place wherever the time or place, suicide can always happen at any point, which is really sad because it's something that you never expect. But there is a saying that goes, I'm the girl who nobody knew until she commits suicide, and then everyone had class with her. That's really true in the sense that most people don't acknowledge the certain things or the certain characteristics that happens before someone tries to commit suicide, such things as mood swings, changes in weight. Certain things like this, makes it signs and telltale signs that you should probably be watching out for that person because they might have certain problems, which may lead to suicide. Another such things with indications of this might be withdrawals of friends and family. They may want to meet new friends. They might want to be more distant from their family. They might want to be closer to their family in the sense that they want to have closure or getting the house in order for their family before they decide to commit this suicide acts or attempts. They might have changes in appearance. They might start dressing one color versus the other color. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to wear completely black clothing, black eyeliner, and just kind of, do the Spider-Man thing and, turn really emo. But it is certain things that shows in a person. They tell us that suicide is the greatest piece of cowardice. The suicide is wrong, when it is quite obvious that there is nothing in the world to which every man has a more unsustainable title than his own life and person. And that is true. Everyone is entitled to do as they please, but you have to think about the others that you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind family. You're leaving behind friends. You're leaving behind co-workers and people who admired you. Even though you might not know it, everyone is always looking at you. Whether it be your commanders, whether it be someone below you. I mean, it's always going to happen. And to commit suicide is a cowardice. But at the same token, that is your right to do as a person. Major General Dana Pitchford was the commander of the 1st Armored Division last month, reacted, but did not apologize for her statement in saying, I have now come to the conclusion that suicide is an obvious, selfish act. He also wrote, I am personally fed up with soldiers who are choosing to take their own lives so that others clean up their mess. Be an adult, act like an adult, and deal with your real life problems like the rest of us. That is true in the sense that everyone has problems. Everyone's going to have a down moment in their life. Everyone's going to be beat down to the point where they feel that they cannot continue anymore. But as soldiers, we're supposed to be the example to lead everyone, through hope and through hard times. We're supposed to be there for them. We're supposed to be that strong post to be able to react and get them to the next post, as they tell us to do. I disagree with the general when they say that, I believe that he was a little bit harsh in his words, like General Dempsey, or like the general had said. It's something that we do have to come in terms with taking care of our personal issues or military issues, but there's always a way out. There's always a way to do things versus just saying I quit and that's it. In the real speech that I'm about to do, I would have a set of people lined up, and I would have them have a little note card stating that, hey, this is how they committed suicide, what their age was, and why they committed suicide. At this time, I obviously don't have a audience, but that's what I would do. Just to show the examples that people can commit suicide at all ages, all factors in life, and it doesn't it doesn't show that there is a trend in people who really commit suicide. I mean, it's just something that happens in today's society. That it's sad to say, but it does happen. I would also like to state that that in my personal workplace, I worked with a fella who decided to commit suicide for his reasons and his reasons alone. But it's something that everyone should have noticed. It's something that we didn't really pay attention to because we thought it was just something due to his injury that he had sustained while riding a motorcycle, which ended up to his, committing suicide. At this time, I would just kind of like to just show that it does happen at any time in any place. And if there is help out there for anyone who should need it. And that's about it. So thanks.